Namaskarams. I'm Rangarajan from Dallas, Texas. I am your host for today's program called Vidushah Sākshātkāraha on Sangeet Bharati. I'm an avid music lover, listener of all types of music from all languages, be it classical, Hindustani, Arabic, rock, jazz, film songs, etc. Also, I'm a badminton player and a cricket player too. Let me give you a quick intro about Sangeet Bharati. Sangeet Bharati is an initiative started in 2019 in Dallas. This unit is founded on the principles of practice, perform, promote, and unite. Sangeet Bharati volunteers do multiple activities to promote Bharatiya Sangeet. Some of the activities include organizing interviews, writing and publishing music books, providing a platform for music writers, organizing music camps, etc., and bringing artists to the front line by providing them a platform. Today, we are meeting on Sangeet Bharati's program called Vidushah Sākshātkāraha. Though this was we introduced today our guest, Srimati Devika Rajan of Ranga School of Music, Dallas, Texas. Now, let me turn to Devika Rajan to start this program with a devotional song.
Thank you, Sangeet Bharati, for giving me an opportunity. Thank you, Sri Rangarajan, for the nice introduction. I'm going to start the program with an invocation song on Lord Ganesha in Raga Hamsadvani, set to Aditala and composed by Saint Tyagaraja. Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnu Shashivarnam Chadurpujam Prasanna Vadanam Dhyaye Sarva Vignoba Shantaye Sarva Vignoba Shantaye Sarva Vignoba Shantaye Abhishta Varada Shri Maha Ganapate Abhishta Varada Shri Maha Ganapate Agama Veda Vyantara Gita Pate Abhishta Varada Shri Maha Ganapate Agama Vedadhyantara Gita Padeya Krishna Varada Kabindra Ravi Vinota Kabindra Ravi Vinota Kabindra Ravi Vinota Kabindra Ravi Vinota Kanakamaya Divya Kabindra Ravi Vinota Kanakamaya Divya Sharana Kamala Muna Nammitide Kabindra Ravi Vinota Kanakamaya Divya Sharana Kamala Muna Nammitide Abhishta Varadam Mukti Marga Munagu Motadi Devamuno Sharati Sumukato Bhaktula Varidi Siddhibu Devara Siddhi buddhi vara palamuna sagina. Siddhi buddhi vara palamuna sagina. Sadguru Shri Tyagaraja Podadina. Sadguru Shri Tyagaraja Podadina. Krishna Varada Shri Bhaga Ganapate Adam Vedadyantarahita Padeya Krishna Varada 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 Varada. Thank you.
Fantastic. That was a very good beginning. So, Devika, tell me about your younger days in getting to know music, passion about music, and a few words about your guru.
Yeah.
Where did you start?
My younger days, my mother was V. Ranganayaki, who was a violinist, and she was the gold medal in the music academy, and she got first prize in violin. So I was so fortunate and blessed to have the music atmosphere from the younger ages. In my house, the music classes start around 6 o'clock in the morning and used to get over by 7 o'clock. So the entire ambience was always listening to music, music, music. Then my mother thought at the age of 5, let me start the music class for me. And to her surprise, without her telling her, I started with Sapasa, and I was able to sing the Shankarabharanam Varnam perfect with perfect Shruti and Thalam. Then my mother thought she has passion for music and little genius there. That's how my early days were started with the music.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Have you performed in All India Radio or television? How was that experience in your younger days?
Okay. So in the younger days, the method taught by my mother was like there were no lyrics, no audio, no taping. So whatever the music, children used to come in a lot of batches from lower level, advanced level, senior level. Before going to school, we are supposed to do the basics, Varnams, etc. with other students.
Right.
Then coming back also, advanced level students will be there. So along with them, we are supposed to sing. So unknowingly or knowingly, from the morning, the basic level practices were going on. And in the advanced levels, we used to sit, we hear, and by hearing and listening, and going to a lot of kacheris, which my mother used to do for great stalwarts like Leelavati Gopalakshmi Amma, Radha Jayalakshmi, Sulamangalam sisters, Neela Vanaja. And we used to go, me and my sister, we both learned together and we used to sit before the kacheri and put correct talam. Unlike these days, those days kacheris used to keep on going for 3 to 4 hours. So we used to be members in the sabhas and we used to listen to a lot of kacheris, and my mother was emphasizing on the importance of listening to a lot of instrumental music like Chitti Baba Veena, Lalgudi Ji Raman's violin, so that the swaranyana gets developed. So how I learned was, like without telling any swaras, if she sings, we are supposed to repeat. That's how the training was imported and imparted with very nice ambience without any pressure for us. And coming to All India Radio, I started at the age of 8. I applied for Papa Manar Inaipurai, and fortunately I got selected. And I used to go for youth programs, and because my voice, they felt it was good. So I was I was giving voices for drama. I used to act in dramas. So till the age of 18, monthly once I used to get 3 to 4 programs. So then I was selected for graded artist of All India Radio for light music and Carnatic music. So it kept on going till 18 years, and till 30 years I was the graded artist of All India Radio. So that's how it started. And you were asking about television program. When the television was first introduced, I thought, let me go for the audition, and it was a good craze that time. And when I went for audition, you won't believe, they told me to sing only one line, huge He was there. But to my surprise, I got selected. And you won't believe I got the program only after 3 years. So that was my experience with the television. Yeah.
It was those days, I mean, 30, 40 years ago, when the first television came to India.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fantastic, fantastic.
Yeah.
So how do you think in your school, did you participate in any competitions or you have won prizes?
Yes.
Can you share some experience on this?
In the school, as you know, those who sing well, they'll always be in the front prayer hall, and in school programs, annual days and all functions, we have to miss the classes and we have to sing for the programs. But music has given me the memory power and garage to do mathematics very well. And that is another important point I would like to say. And one thing I remember in the school day was in the inter-school competition, there was a Bharatiya competition. And my mother composed one Ragamalika. And the competition judge was none other than the great legend R. Vedavalli Amma, who was the director of Music College in Music Academy now. And she said, you have a very good voice and you will come up. Like that was the great appreciation I got. You know what was the song she composed? I will sing 2 lines.
Yeah, please.
Chuttum viri chudadal kannamma Surya Chandiraro Vattakariya viri kannamma Vanakaru Kalo Oh Pattakaru Neela Udavai Padithanal Vayanam Nattanadu Nisil Theriyum Nakshatirangadi. It kept on going like the Ragamalika. So that was and in school days, I was fortunate to get acquainted with the Leelavati Gopalakrishnan Mami, who belongs to our school, and her sister, Lata Ramchand, who used to sing for dance programs of the great dancer Alan Valli. So I started getting acquaintances with a lot of people, and you won't believe Arangetram was done when I was doing the 10th standard. Me and my sister did Arangetram at home only in those days. And the great Ganjira player, Harishankar, was accompanying us, and his father was Govindara, and he was also accompanying, and that was the memorable school days for us.
Oh, that was fantastic. Fantastic. So you mentioned at home, your mother used to teach, take classes, and that is how you imbibed all your music lessons. And so you also mentioned that your sister used to sing. How is that experience with your sister?
My sister's experience, whatever we sing, it used to come extempo like that only. Once I met my sister 3 years ago in one of the weddings, and they asked both of us to sing a song, and that song was Madhura Madhura Renu Geeta. To my astonishment, we are singing that song after 20 years. In spite of that, it came out correctly the way my mother taught, and that was the earlier real experience of learning music from. And my mother and my guru, and she was with me throughout till 11 years ago, was the greatest blessing for me to have like a gurukula. Yeah.
Oh, that was fantastic. So you had those good memories singing with your sister. Okay, fantastic. So in those days, were there any exams that was conducted? What type of exams were there?
Yeah.
How did you get over all of that?
There were technical grade exams where in my house, my mother used to send people for lower grade, higher grade, advanced level examinations. So on Saturdays, Sundays, theory exams used to be conducted, and she told me to put the total marks for the test conducted at home. And she told me, why not you go for the exam? Exam is like a real training, like they will sing the song and we are supposed to write the swaras. They'll sing the song and we are supposed to mention the talas and manodharma and swarams in the higher grade examinations. So technically, what is raga, what is laya, what is bhava, what is swara? Everything was also taught in the technical exams. That was the greatest advantage. And you won't believe I went for the exam when I was in 8th standard, and I passed out with a distinction in theory and first class. Okay.
Oh, fantastic.
Then for violin and veena, there is no need for writing the theory. So my mother purchased the veena sometime in August or something. And because of the notes I already knew in violin, my veena learning was easy. And it was a self-learning, and she used to correct me whenever there are any gamakas, modulations and all that. So I went for violin and veena also exam.
Oh.
And I passed out in a technical grade of violin and veena. And after that, I started developing craze for playing so much veena, but my focus started slightly shifting. And I used to do 2 to 3 hours of Akarams of veena playing.
Oh.
And me and my sister, apart from Carnatic music, in our spare time, we used to buy film books for 10 paisa or something. And we would sing duet songs of those days, film songs like K.V. Mahadevan sir and M. S. Vishwanathan's great songs like You Are the Boy, I'm the Girl. We do it like that. And that was the time spent. And you won't believe in our house in those days, there was no radio also.
Oh.
Because my mother brought us up only with the music money and kacheris and very little tuition fees. In those days, she used to take classes 3 times a week. So listening to other houses' radio, going to other houses to watch the television, Ilam Tendral programs and Arangi Saya following the radio in the mornings, I was brought up in such a atmosphere of always listening to and that followed with my children. My children also always keep on listening to music even now when they study or keep working. So.
Oh, very good, very good. Nice. So you said you were brought up only through those music lessons and music activities all throughout at home. That was wonderful. Do you have any favorite raga that you can talk about? Anything that you can remember, or which is your favorite raga at this point in time?
Mostly I have flair for Pradimadima ragas. And my favorite raga is Bantuvarali, because that happens to be by my husband's favorite raga of is also Bantuvarali. So I will sing a few lines in a song in Bantuvarali raga. It is Sākshātkāraha, composed by Swati Tirunal.
Please.
And I have other raga flair also, Dharmavati, Tilang, and my mother's favorite raga, Kapi, etc. So let me start Bantuvarali raga.
Very good.
Taranana Tadarinana Taranana 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 Tadarinana 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 Tadari I'll do a bit of a neraval from the charanam, followed by little swaras. Bhamini samudaya saya mohana Bhamini samudaya saya mohana padmanabha Kamaladharani Vara Bhamini Samudaya Mohana Bhamini Samudaya Mohana Manava Kamaladharani Vara Bhamini Samudaya Padmanavan Kamaladharani Varavamini Samudaya Padmanavan Kamaladharani Varavamini Gamavadani Bhamini Sani Ravama Gamavadani Bhamini Sani Ravama Badani Bhamini Sari Sani Ravama Badani Bhamini Gari Sari Sani Dani Ravama Gama Gapa Madapani Dasani Risa Dani Pada Gatri Sani Dani Risani Ravada Sani Ravama Gari Sani Ravadani Mavadani Bhamini Samudaya Mohana Padmanava Kamaladharani Vara Sara Saksha Paripalaya Maravai Santatam Karunaya Jagadisha Sara Saga
Fantastic. So that was a good song on Pantwarali. Any other favorite raga that you can sing a few lines?
I started learning Purandaradasa Kritis when I came to Bangalore after I got my job. And before that, during my college days also, when I was doing pre-university, the great memory was the late Prime Minister, Mrs. Indira Gandhi was there for the 60th celebrations. And big stage was there, wherein great legends like Sudha Raghunathan, B. Neeraja, they were all singing. And I was fortunate to accompany them on the violin. Was the greatest memory in the pre-university stages. Yeah. Then I started doing my commerce in Madras Christian College, Tambaram. And I started participating in interbank competitions where I used to get first prize in a lot of competitions.
In
Carnatic
college
music
competitions.
Yeah. Banturali again, I used to get first prize in that.
Oh, very nice, very nice. So you also mentioned that you have the opportunity of playing violin.
Yes.
So that means you also mentioned that you have learned violin and you passed those technical exams in violin, Veena. Oh, that was fantastic as well too. So, and any other memories about your college or any other things you would like to share to our viewers?
Yeah, after my college days, I joined Nationalist Bank. So there I got a lot of opportunities to participate again in interbank competitions. And one memory was, there was a night music competition and the judge was none other than the great legend, singer and Mridangist, T.V. Gopalakrishnan. In that competition, I got first prize for singing Mandaman Mandanadi Manjattile Irundu from the film Thiruvalayadal, sung by none other than the national award greatest Vidushi. And the greatest comment given by the judge T.V. Gopalakrishnan sir was, she sang in her own voice and not imitating P. Sushila's voice was the greatest compliment. And I would like 2 lines of that great song. செந்தமிழ் சொல் எடுத்து இசை தொடுப்பேன் வண்ண சந்தத்திலே கவிதை தமிழ் மாலை சூட்டிடுவேன் இனி முப்பொழுதும் கற்பனையில் அற்புதமாய் வாழ்ந்திருக்கும் மன்னவன் வந்தானடி. பூவிய பூவினில் மேனிகள் ஆடிட நாயக நாயகி பாவனை காட்ட வரும் மன்னவன் வந்தானடி. சாரி காமா பதனி சரிகம பதனி சுரமொடு ஜதியொடு நாத கீத ராக பாவம் தான் பெறவே மன்னவன் வந்தானடி. காதற் கவிதை கடலென பெருகிட மாதரு மனமும் மயிலென நடமிடவே மன்னவன் வந்தானடி. சிறுமலர் மணமுற குறுநதி நல பெற மலர்விழி சிவந்திட கனியன கனிதிடவே வல்லவன் வந்தானடி. சித்தித்தால் அது செம்பக்கிண்ணம் பற்றித்தாவிடும் தங்கக்கிண்ணம் சித்தத்தால் ஒரு காதர் சின்னம் பற்றித்தாவிர கோவை முலாங்க மன்னவன் சரமது தரவாரி நிகமபதனிச கா கருணை தலைவா அறிமிகு முதல்வா பரம்பொருள் இறைவா தா தனிமையில் வரவாணி நிறையுள் பெறவாம் ஆடும் புவியேடும் கடலேடும் நடமாடும் பணிவாராய் அருள் தாராய். ஆடும் புவியேடும் கடலேடும் நடமாடும் பணிவாராய் அருள் தாராய். அனுதின முனை வழிபடும் மடமை இனியொரு தலைவனை பணிவதில்லை மன்னவன் வந்தானடி.
It was all-time those days favorite song, Mannavan Vandanadi. So very nice to hear those golden song. Can you tell about your musical journey after marriage, and then how did you handle, raising the family on the one side, and then what are all the kind of support? So can you say a few words on that?
Yeah. In my married life, my mother-in-law was giving full support to me to learn music and to take music classes after my banking hours. So I used to handle students on a limited scale. And I found that my husband also is passionate to listen to music and encourage me. And you won't believe, after my banking hours, in spite of my having 2 children, I used to go to attend classes. My guru was Mrs. Radha Krishnamurthy, who was my mother-in-law's guru. So I used to go all the way by bus to learn a lot of bhajans and nice Keerthanas from her. And while coming back to catch the bus itself, I used to practice what all she has taught me was the experience. And when I was in the bank, it was a main office, and interbank competitions used to be conducted. And once it was a surprise that I got 4 prizes in the same year, Carnatic Light, Folk, and for drama.
Oh.
So the prize was given by none other than the cricketer, Mr. Shrikant. So getting the prize from him was the greatest happiness for me. But unfortunately, there was no photographs. And I got prize from Sharad Babu, the film actor, also those days. Yeah, so
for all these interbank competitions. That was lovely.
Due to my husband's job, we shifted to Bangalore, and there was a little I have to concentrate on my family background. So I was concentrating only on my own development of music by going for classes and looking after my children. And of course, the guru at the home itself was there for me, always to take tips to learn. And whenever I used to go for kacheri, my mother will prepare the list, how to put the list according to one Pradimedima raga, one Madhyama raga, like that, and followed by Tilana in the end, and beginning Varnam, like that. So always my mother was at the home to help me out. And I got full support from my family in Bangalore also. And Bangalore gave me an opportunity to learn a new language, Kannada. So I started having praise for Purandaradasa Kritis, and I used to listen to a lot of MLV, who promoted Vasanta Kumari MLV songs like Bhara Krishnaya and all those songs. And I was fortunate to have Rajeshwari Shankar and Mami as my guru in Bangalore. Every Monday we used to meet because Monday was a holiday for me. 2 to 3 hours we spent because she used to compose a lot of songs and teach me. So that's how, without any hurdle, I was able to sail through the music by self, learning more and listening more and going to sabhas to listen to kacheris, where I used to take my children along with me everywhere we go. And so we were fond of listening to a lot of kacheris in Chennai and Bangalore.
Very good, very good. So you said you came to Bangalore, then you started liking Kannada, then Purandara Kritis, all of that. Can you sing a few a song in the other language?
Yes. Purandara Kriti was taught to me by one, Mrs. Indra Ramesh, when I was in Netherlands for a abroad trip due to my husband's job. And I took a voluntary retirement from bank job because my husband said, your passion is music. So when the golden handshake came, full time I was into music. And morning I used to go for learning from Savitri Ranganath Madam, Shailaja and Rajalakshmi Mami for learning. And after 3:30 till 8 o'clock, full level of teaching at home. Teaching is another advantage is we tend to always sing the basic lessons and update our Varnams, learning new songs. So the Kannada song was by Purandaradasa. I was more attracted to the meaning of the present situation and the lesson to the present generations, how to be in life.
Oh, yeah. Very good, please.
I'll start the song. The song is in the raga Shivaranjani. ಹೆತ್ತ ತಾಯಿ ತಂದೆಗಳ ಚಿತ್ತವನೋಯಿಸಿ ಹೆತ್ತ ತಾಯಿ ತಂದೆಗಳ ಚಿತ್ತವನೋಯಿಸಿ ನಿತ್ಯ ದಾನವ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಲವೇನು ನಿತ್ಯ ದಾನವ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಲವೇನು ಸತ್ಯ ಸದಾಚಾರದಿಲ್ಲದವನು ಜಪ ತಪ ಸಾವಿರ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಲವೇನು ಸತ್ಯ ಸದಾಚಾರದಿಲ್ಲದವನು ಜಪ ತಪ ಸಾವಿರ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಲವೇನು ತನ್ನ ಸತಿ ಸುತರು ಬಂಧುಗಳ ನೋಯಿಸಿ ಚಿನ್ನದಾನವ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಲವೇನು ತನ್ನ ಸತಿ ಸುತರು ಬಂಧುಗಳ ನೋಯಿಸಿ ಚಿನ್ನದಾನವ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಲವೇನು ಭಿನ್ನಾನದಿಂದಲೇ ದೇಶ ದೇಶವ ತಿರುಗಿ ಭಿನ್ನಾನದಿಂದಲೇ ದೇಶ ದೇಶವ ತಿರುಗಿ ಅನ್ನದಾನವ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಲವೇನು ಅನ್ನದಾನವ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಲವೇನು ಸ್ನಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುವ ತಿಳಿ ನೀರು ಕಾನನದೊಳಗಿತ್ತು ಫಲವೇನು ಸ್ನಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುವ ತಿಳಿ ನೀರು ಕಾನನದೊಳಗಿತ್ತು ಫಲವೇನು ಆನಂದ ಮೂರುತಿ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ಆನಂದ ಮೂರುತಿ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ನೆನೆಯದ ತನವಿದ್ದು ಫಲವೇನು ನೆನೆಯದ ತನವಿದ್ದು ಫಲವೇನು ಹೆತ್ತ ತಾಯಿ ತಂದೆಗಳ ಚಿತ್ತವನೋಗಿಸಿ ನಿತ್ಯ ದಾನವ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಲವೇನು ಸತ್ಯ ಸದಾಚಾರದಿಲ್ಲದವನು ಜಪ ತಪ ಸಾವಿರ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಲವೇನು ಜಪ ತಪ ಸಾವಿರ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಲವೇನು ಜಪ ತಪ ಸಾವಿರ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಲವೇನು. Let me tell the meaning also quickly. because those who may not understand Kannada, I just want to say it in English.
I think it is something related to Tai, Tande, I mean father, mother.
Yes.
Father.
Yeah.
Very
You also
nice,
know a
very
bit of
nice.
Kannada. Yeah.
I
that's good.
know, I know some Kannada, so
Yes.
I can guess. So
Yeah.
please tell the meaning.
That is, if you are going to hurt the feelings of the mother and the father, and
Okay.
if you're going to hurt them and if you're going to do too much of dana dharma, there's no use. That is the first paragraph. And then the people around
Dana dharma is charity.
There is no use for doing charity. That's the meaning. And tanna sati sutaru bandhuvulu music. No, you see, that means whoever comes to your house, your friends or relatives, and if you hurt them, and if you don't feed them, give them hospitality when they come inside, to give them food or drinks, like coffee, tea, and then you are going to give them gold. Hurting them and giving gold is of no use. And then we will think, we'll sing for God when we become old, or we will go to Kshetradana, like Daya Sagara and all, after we become old. But when you cannot walk, when you cannot sit down, then what is the point in going for yatras? Chinnada. So, Binnanadindale, when you want to go to all deshas to wander, go for tours. Places when you cannot do it. So better, whatever you want to do, you do at the younger age, like singing for God, saying Rama. Then snana ke panake, that means water. You want water to drink or you want water to do bath. But when it is in the river or the nadi without any taking or any use, so that the water may not be of use if it is not fit for drinking. Then Purandaradasa, all these things are said by Purandaradasa. So when you don't think of Purandaradasa, who sings Vitala songs, so what is the point in learning music or something without thinking of Dasarapadas? So that's the meaning.
Oh, it was very nice, very nice, fantastic. So what happened once you left your job? You said there was a golden handshake. Which year was it, and what did you do after that to pursue your music journey?
The whole golden handshake came in 2001.
Oh,
so as I already
that was
told
20 years ago.
Yes, even though I had 22 years of service more, my husband was so kind enough that he understood my passion for music, and as I already told you, I started focusing on doing some performances and teaching at home. And before that, one incident was when I was in the banking service, due to some diamond jubilee of the bank came, wherein I was really fortunate enough to hold the hands of Yamma Subbulakshmi Amma and take her till the dais to make her sing the Invocation Song. And that was the cherishable moment for me, the whole of my life, touching the hand of such a great singer, I got
being so near to such a great legend in Carnatic music.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
So after Bangalore, more of learning and giving performances.
In sabhas, kacheris.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. So can you share some experience about your international visits and performances that you have done in Netherlands as well as in the US?
Good question and memories. So in 2007, my husband got posted to Netherlands. For 4 years, we were in Netherlands. More of the opportunity to listen to a lot of songs and teaching for some students. And their Kannada Sangha used to be there, where we used to sing and perform in dances in the places called Eindhoven. There I had opportunity to learn from Indra Ramesh, lot of songs. She used to teach me Kannada songs and I used to teach Tamil songs. Then after that, in 2011, for my son's engagement, my husband was fortunate enough to got some project in Michigan. Michigan is such a lovely place where I started getting myself acquainted with such a big temple there called Bharatiya Temple. One memory which I would like to share was the Tirupati Venkatajalapati Perumal came to Bharatiya Temple, and it was a very big utsav done in the temple. And me and my friend Niranjana Srinivasan, who happens to be the student of Lalita Seshadri, mother of Nitish Mahadevan, So we both were given opportunity to sing for 1 hour Annamacharya Kritis, and that was the unforgettable moment in Michigan. And we had a very nice bhajan group where we used to meet every Thursday, exchanging songs, and I used to teach all types of small Keerthanas and bhajans, and still associated with that. And there in Michigan, no looking back, I used to sing in a lot of temples. In and around USA also, I sang in Phoenix, and wherever I go, I used to get some performances to sing, and associating myself with Basant Bahar, and with my friends, we teach and do in choir and singing. That's how it started developing in Michigan.
Oh, very nice. It was a wonderful cultural place and
Yes.
locations, lot of friends. You also formed the bhajan group. Very nice.
One thing
very
I
nice.
observed in America and foreign countries, the value for Carnatic music and other types of our own Indian music is much stronger. I mean, like India, because here the children learn with a lot of dedication, and the standard is in no way lesser. And people from here go every year in December to listen to kacheris, and everybody learns with persistency, dedication, and they come correctly for classes. And I find all the younger children doing so beautifully, singing well, and a lot of instruments they learn from big legends from India, like Kanyakumari, P.S. Narayanaswamy, and Neveli Santhanagopal, and Shashi Kiran. Like, students also are so much devoted and inclined to music. Is the welcoming attitude and the spirit I found even in America too.
Very nice, very nice.
Yes.
So my next topic is how do you compare the culture, music culture in India, and because in India you have the Carnatic, that is the birthplace. So how do you compare Indian music culture from your experience and the international and the culture that you have seen so far or experienced?
In India, there are a lot of avenues and opportunities because we have a lot of teachers, and we have teachers to learn, and a lot of children. Every house in our tradition
There is a lot of
is to
competition.
learn music. But suppose we go to European countries or places like America, it depends on the place where you are into. Say, for example, now at present we are in Dallas. Dallas, I found, is full of a lot of teachers, very good teachers, and a lot of students who are able to learn. But unlike eastern side, where some cold places, you may not have opportunity to learn. So here, even though the scope is limited to learning, but still the people
Passionate enough.
passionate, and they concentrate that, to learn music. And I find both ways culture is really
Very
tremendous,
nice.
and the Indian music is always on the top. That's what I feel. Any type of music is anywhere you go, it depends on how you develop and how you learn and how you get yourself acquainted with your own taste of whatever you like. That's it.
Music gives a lot of soul filling, happiness, and all of that, right?
Yeah.
So
I can tell one more thing. Because of music, I used to get very good memory power for mathematics. And I lost my father when I was 13 years. So my mother brought us up with music money. So she never had money to pay even for the college fees. And I got the full college fees money rendered and full books for my commerce from the Mr. Pai, the Minister of Industries and Commerce.
Oh.
So I got the prize from him. It was the greatest memory.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
and Mr. Arjun Singh was there in the banking in the sector. That time when I told you, Emma Sama was there, and I was fortunate to sing one song for her. And in the bank also, there was no looking back. During the lunch hour, we spent 10 minutes for lunch. Under 20 minutes, I was fortunate to have one of my friends, Usha Kumar, who's a very good singer. We all used to teach all the ladies to sing. And never waste
During
of,
lunch,
yes,
lunch hour.
never waste of time. And created the Hindi songs and all we used to do for the Hindi day. Yeah.
Oh,
That's how we kept on going.
That was fantastic. So, what would you like to say to the younger generation? Do you have some tips for them? How to learn music? How to practice?
Yeah.
So,
basically, usually in any house, everybody will like music, be it any type of music, because the lullaby and the music is inside our. When we are in the womb, only the loved up sound itself is rhythmic. That's what I feel. So basically, when the children are young, parents need to create an atmosphere to some music or some slokas like that. So first they have to find out the interest for the children to learn music. So when a student comes for music, what I feel was basic tips was basic practices like Sharali, Jante, Upper Verse and Alankara need more focus. And you have to practice them in 3 colors and practice them in different ragas. That is one point. Second was practicing akaras. Akara means sa sa re re ga ga ma ma ah, like that. That's
open mouth.
Open mouth. And full throat, like full nasal tone should not come. So for that you need practice. And whenever you are free, I mean, if you don't have time, sometimes you can keep on humming the outline of the raga. And arohanam, avarohanam practice, like chromatically you have to practice. Sa re ga ma pa da ni sa, re ga ma pa da ni sa, ga ma pa da ni sa, like that. That you can do in Akarams also. And jumping notes to 2 in 1, 3 in 1. And more than the learning, my mother used to say, you have to listen to the music. So nowadays, audio recordings are available. So whenever a lesson is taught to a student, first listen 10 to 20 times, then practice. So that is another third thing. And you have to develop the nuances. Even if you learn from a teacher, traditional pani you should not deviate, but you have to develop your own way of which sankati you are comfortable before presenting. And before singing before others, even for example, one audience also. If you want to go to the stage, just to, even in the temple to sing, what my mother says is more number of times practice, like minimum 50 times. So it is the quality of learning a song and not the quantity. So unlike the present, some people will think we have to learn more. It's not the question of more. Even you take 1 year for a raga, it should be like that. And breathing exercise, because that is very, very important. Unknowingly or knowingly, we are doing pranayama. And it gives concentration and memory, because when you sing music, you don't think of anything else.
There are beats, there are talas.
Yes, divinity to go to God. And again, clarity of words and diction and understanding the meaning of a song.
That is very, very important. Yeah. You should know the meaning and then sing and present it. So that will have more kind of grasping power, correct?
Yes. And consistency and persistency in learning. Whatever be it, you have to learn for long years to get to know about the vast ocean of the subject called music.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, it's a very, very big ocean, music, because all types of music, all forms of music, definitely. So it's, all we know is just a drop in the ocean.
Yeah. Now I remember Tyagaraja saying one song, if I can outline it for you.
Please.
Sangeeta jnanamo bhakti vina sanmargamu galade manasa sangeeta jnanamo bringing attention samirada kadesha matanganarada duluba sinju sangeeta jnanamo nyayamo telusunu jagamulu mayamani telusunu durguna kayajadisha tribulaja inche karyamu telusunu Tyagarajunika sangeeta jnanamo bhakti vina sanmargamu galade manasa sangeeta jnanamo. What he says was, oh mind, knowledge of music without devotion can never lead to right path. And he was talking about Nataraja, Anjaneya, and sages like Bringa, Agastya, Matanga, and Narada worship music and they worship God with music, with devotion. So Tyagaraja knows that the world is unreal and transient. So he has known how to conquer the 6 enemies in the mind, like lust, attachment, anger, etc., through music with devotion. So finally he says one tip: there's no other way to salvation than knowledge of music, integrated with and alloyed in devotion.
Oh,
so
very
that
nice,
is why I
very
chose
nice.
this song, because the meaning
Fantastic,
is so
fantastic.
powerful. And thank you to
I think the song is in Telugu, right?
Telugu, it is in Ragam Danyasi.
Danyasi. Very nice, very nice. Fantastic. So, viewers, we are almost coming to the very close of this program. So, as a fitting finale to end this program, can you sing one song for the viewers?
I was really surprised that suddenly one song I got to compose, and I thought that would be the fitting song for at this need of the hour. So,
you composed your own song.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
And praying to God to save all our lives and for a healthy, happy life to
in this
follow
COVID situation.
For a normal life.
Very good.
The song came to me in Ragam Sumani Saranjani. My favorite god, Tirupati Venkatachalamati Perumal. ஏழுமலை மேவும் திருமாலே, ஏழுமலை மேவும் திருமாலே, என் எண்ணம் கனிந்தருளும் பெருமாளே, ஏழுமலை மேவும் திருமாலே, என் எண்ணம் கனிந்தருளும் பெருமாளே, தீராவினை தீர்க்கும் வெங்கடநாதனே, தீராவினை தீர்க்கும் வெங்கடநாதனே, உன் திருப்பாத தரிசனத்தால் விரைந்தோடும் பாவனே, திருப்பாத தரிசனத்தால் விரைந்தோடும் பாவமே, ஏழுமலை மேவும் திருமாலே, என் எண்ணம் கனிந்தருளும் பெருமாளே, விண்ணோர்கள் கூடிடும் திருமலை திருத்தலத்தில், விண்ணோர்கள் கூடிடும் திருமலை திருத்தலத்தில், வேதங்கள் ஒலித்திடும் திவ்ய திருநாமமே, வேதங்கள் ஒலித்திடும் திவ்ய திருநாமமே, ஆழ்வார்கள் போற்றி புகழும் வெங்கடநாதனே, ஆழ்வார்கள் போற்றி புகழும் வெங்கடநாதனே, அன்னமயன் அருள் வேண்டும் ஆபத் பாந்தவனே, அன்னமயன் அருள் வேண்டும் ஆபத் பாந்தவனே, ஸ்ரீனிவாச கோவிந்தா, ஸ்ரீ வெங்கடேஷ கோவிந்தா, ஸ்ரீனிவாச கோவிந்தா, ஸ்ரீ வெங்கடேஷ கோவிந்தா, பக்ஷிவாகன கோவிந்தா, பாப விமோச்சன கோவிந்தா, பக்ஷிவாகன கோவிந்தா, பாப விமோச்சன கோவிந்தா, கோவிந்தா 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 கோவிந்தா.
Very nice, very nice. So remembering Lord Balaji,
Yes.
at this hour, it's very nice. How about one more Tilana, if possible, on this, or any other music of your choice?
Yeah. I would like to dedicate the song because Desh is my favorite raga too. The meaning is also very good. Madhuram, 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 Krishna Ganam, Madhuram, Madhuram, Venu Ganam, Madhuram, Murali Madhava, Madhuram, Mukunda Madhava, Madhuram, Madhuram, Maduram, Maduram. Gopika Nrityam Manogaram. Govardhanamati Sundaram. Manamohana Sumadhuvanam. Parimala Sugantam Vyapitam. Murali Manogara Madhavam. Yadava Janakuladayakam. Bhakta Jana Priya Bhushanam. Keshadipadam Shobhitam. Shri Parandama Divya Darisanam. Shri Vaikunta Pradarsanam. Shri Parandama Divya Darisanam. Shri Vaikunta Pradarsanam. Veda Vedanta Narayanam. Veda Muni Janaranjanam. Veda Vedanta Narayanam. Veda Muni Janaranjanam. Paramanandam Kripakaram. Karunarasam Dayasagaram. Paramanandam Kripakaram. Karunarasam Dayasagaram. Bhakta Jana Priya Bhushanam. Keshadipadam Shobhitam. Madhuram, Maduram, Maduram. Maduram, Maduram, Maduram. Vipala Prana Harinama Bina. Nama Bina, Krishna Nama Bina. Bhuvana Jyoti Bina. Jyoti Nayana Bina. Nayana Raga Bina. Raga Prema Bina. Prema Bhakti Bina. Bhakti Vipala Harinama Bina. Bhakti Vipala Harinama Bina. Nama Bina. Krishna Nama Bina. Nama Bina. Krishna Nama Bina. Krishna Nama Bina.
Fantastic, fantastic. A really nice voice that you have.
Thank you so much for Lord's Bhagavan's blessings.
It's all true. Yeah, very nice. So we are almost to the end of the program. So I thank Sangeet Bharati for giving me this opportunity to host today's show with my wife as the guest of the program.
Thank you so much.
It was exciting to know about her in detail, about her musical journey, her school days, how she grew up in the midst of music along with her mother and sister and all that. And the sweet memories that you brought about your school days, college days, your banking days and all of that. It was really, really nice and wonderful. Thank you all for listening to this wonderful Vidushi Sākshātkāraha program. Visit our website, sangeetbharati.org. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and like us on Facebook page, Sangeet Bharati. Namaste and thank you everyone.
Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to talk, and thank you Rangarajan being my husband and a good host, and thank you my children for the encouragement and support, and my son also learned Mridangam and my daughter is a dancer. So thank you God for what all has given me in my life so far, and once again my warmest regards and pranams to Sangeet Bharati for giving me such a wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dhanyavad.